Happy Fragrant Friday, Fraghead. Hey everybody, this is Ben here, thatcologneguy, coming at you with a new review. How are you doing, my friends? You know, if you've watched me over the years, you know that in the first half, many years ago, I used to record with a Yeti, and then it broke, and so after that, I had more of a conversational approach without the microphone, actually just the laptop microphone, instead of that, you know how people use that lapel mic that has like that little furry tarantula like end to it. I don't really like that look, but so I decided to invest again in a Yeti, and so I'll be going back to the microphone. It's just a different approach, and I like that a little bit better. So you have seen the title and the description. So this is none other than Private Label by Jovoy, Jovoy. This is a 2013 or 11, 2011 release. I've got my trusty notes here. And this was yet another sample sent in by Dr. Goo over at LocdScents. So there's a lot to go over in this one. This is another one of those mature, distinct, fun ones that just has a lot of character. This is another fragrance that if I had to choose one word, it would definitely be brash. This is an in-your-face, no-holds-barred fragrance. It's technically says for women and men, but this is definitely very, very masculine. So let's check this one out. And of course, you've been waiting every week for me to say it, and it's time, my friends, because this is indeed an Oriental Woody. And the parfumé behind it is Cécile Zarokian. She's done stellar work, actually. I've reviewed a few of her fragrances now, and her last name is Zarokian. Zarokian. Cécile. So she's exceptional. Now, this one here is quite distinct. It has a lot of character to it. One of the things that came to mind this week to me was a dusty old book. You're going to probably see that actually a fair amount because it really is that kind of fragrance. It is a bit musty and dusty, and I've enjoyed it to a certain extent, and I'll talk about the versatility a little bit later. Now, in terms of the notes, I want to start off by saying that in the top they list papyrus. You do get a little bit of papyrus here, but really the main players are in the heart, which are the patchouli and vetiver. I mean, whether you want to call this a vetiver bomb or a patchouli bomb or a combination of the two, wow, there is a lot of patchouli and vetiver. So if you are a fan of either, you will like this fragrance. Then it gets into the base notes, which are patchouli and birch tar and sandalwood. Now, to me, this one really is birch tar mixed with a lot of patchouli and vetiver. A tinge, a little bit of smokiness. A little bit of papyrus, and then a lot of smokiness in the base with like some cedar wood. And so this is a very dry, smoky fragrance. Why does that matter? Because for those of us who do have Encre Noire à l'extrême, this one is similar, and it's in that vein of just maybe it's Haitian vetiver, I'm not sure, but it's a very dry vetiver. What I actually thought at first sniff was that it was a Nasomato. So you know those ones, right, where the cap is bigger than the bottle? I've reviewed a couple of his before. Nasomato is a very interesting house with highly original fragrances that really are brash and call attention, right? And they last a long time. And they're, like I said, they're very animalic. They're very in your face. So this one, if I had to say, it's almost like if Duro, so Duro, Duro by Nasomato and Encre Noire à l'extrême had a child, it would be Private Label. This is this is smoky. It's definitely for the patchouli and the vetiver fans. The sandalwood flies under the radar for me, and then the birch tar is a little too heavy. I saw a lot of people say that this is a very well blended. Cécile Zaroquian holds her own. She's an amazing parfumée. That's not even in question. I do feel, though, that this fragrance is a little, just a tad too earthy. The tar is a little bit too much for me, but I mean that in the literal sense of just a little bit. The birch tar is very prominent. And I wish the birch tar were toned down a little bit. And I don't say that usually because I'm a huge fan of birch. This is actually birch tar, and boy, is it ever! It's almost like an animalic oud, actually. To be quite honest with you, so it does smell like a musty, dusty old book. And it definitely is for, again, the fans of the just screeching patchouli and vetiver. It is unforgettable. That is for sure. This is definitely a fragrance that you will, like it or not, you will definitely remember it and never forget it. Which is why, if you, for a while there, we had this kind of tag going on with frag reviewers, and we would send each other fragrances blind. And then we had to kind of guess the house and which one. And that was a lot of fun. If somebody had sent me this without a label on it, see, private label, you get it? If there were no label on it, I would have said this is a Nasomato. Definitely niche, unequivocally niche, and really, again, this kind of in-your-face, eternal lasting all day long, very musty, and old book feel to it. It really smells like a Nasomato, actually. Oud is not listed, but it really does have a very dank oud-like smell to it. So that must be the birch tar, that's throwing me off, mixed with the vetiver and the patchouli. So enough on the notes, but I just wanted to throw that out. Now, when it comes to the longevity, projection, and sillage, this is definitely one of those ones that it's not for the meek, because the projection is going to be, the longevity, I should say, is going to be 10 plus hours, and the projection is going to be 3 feet or 1 meter from the body. You're looking at well over 8 hours, and then also sillage, walking past people, your scent bubble, your scent trail. This one will definitely be picked up for probably the duration, at least 8 hours. It is very long lasting. It is around, for 75 milliliters, I saw it for around, it was like 133 euros. So that'd be let's just say anywhere from 150 to, with taxes and shipping and everything, probably, let's just say between 150 and 200 for 75 milliliters. That's not quite a full bottle, but that's their biggest size. So it is niche, but it is affordable, and it certainly smells premium. That's not even a close call. Maybe at the end, because I did take a picture again, I will read from their website, because I kind of like doing that. I will read the description later on, but so far, so good. Now, when it comes to the gender, this one, as I said, is marketed for women and men, but this one is a men's fragrance. This is tilted all the way over into ultra masculine. For me, this is another one of those 95 fives. This is another one that I couldn't see a woman pulling this one off. It has a very distinct, mature, sophisticated, confident scent of a man who's at a point in his life where he's well established in his career, and he's confident, and he knows his abilities, and he knows his limitations. And so that one is going to be 95.5, meaning 95% of the people who own it, buy it. It's their signature scent will be men, and 5% will be women. Now, age is another one that's going to be easy. It's going to be 40 and up. This one is actually, I've hit a home run lately with the mature, but not in a bad way, fragrances. I don't mean to sound like a broken record, but that's again this week what we're looking at. This one is another one, just like last week, is going to be another mature fragrance that imagine a well-to-do man in his library, right? That's definitely what it conjures up. It's definitely money, but not. It's different though, because this is more of an academic. And again, with the papyrus, it does have a book element to it. So I'm going to go 40 and up, but it is not old manish whatsoever. That is not a bad thing. It's confident, it's mature, it's certainly brash. It says, I'm in this room, I own the room, and we all know it. Okay, so this is not for the timid or the meek. So now let's get to season. This is going to be perfect for the winter, then the fall. And then it would be a little bit of a stretch for the spring, and definitely for hotter climates. But hey, if you like these kinds of fragrances, you would like it. But if you like seasons, though, this one would definitely be a fall, winter, and then spring, summer, not associated, not typically. All right. So there's a little bit about the fragrance. Again, it's a 2011. It is a marriage of the two fragrances I mentioned. Clearly niche. I like the price range a lot. It's similar to what my content was last week, actually, because I like the price range. I like that it's niche. I like that it's mature. I like that it's confident. So let's read what they have to say, actually. I was going to do this as a bonus feature. I could still edit it, but I'm going to read this now because it feels right. This is straight from Jovoy website. 133 and 33 cents by the pence, euros. So it'd be cents. This ideal and contemporary Oriental fragrances trail is as elegant as it is powerful. Both leathery and smoky, it is a highly recognizable signature scent that is exclusively for strong personalities, men and women confident of who they are in all circumstances. A restricted circle of people who are passionate about life, who don't need recognition from others to exist, and who stand by their choices with unshakable self-assurance. So another one actually is a little over the top, but it actually does do that. So that's pretty cool. I've really enjoyed actually this fragrance overall. This one is a very easy rating for me. This is another one that did not change at all since the first sniff. This is what a 4 out of 5 sprays looks like in my 5 spray system, because I do have to take just a little bit off for the fact that, as I said, I wouldn't call this very well blended. I feel like the Birch Tar is just amped up a little too much. Maybe the Patchouli is a little bit, the Vetiver too is a little too dry, but that's just me being very, very, very persnickety. So, but hey, I am a reviewer of fragrances, right? I am critiquing this fragrance. So that's really what that jumps out to me. Now, let's talk about the good. It lasts forever and a day. It is highly original. It is brash, and it is in your face, and it actually lives up to the description. It is for someone who has a lot of self-assurance. I actually like that term because it really fits it well. I don't really have too much to say about the name, private label, as far as whether that's good or bad, but this was a definite 4 for me. I really enjoyed wearing it. In fact, like I said, so much so, I'm going to put faux sprays on tonight just because I don't want to waste it. And I'm going to take one last day tomorrow and wear it. So when you watch this, I'll probably be out and about wearing it. And so that says something, because I just don't, it's like that book that you like and you wait, that you hold off on the last chapter and you don't want the book to end. That's kind of how I am with this fragrance this week. It is something I really enjoy and appreciate, and I love the character about the fragrance and the robust nature of it. This is something that really would not be worn necessarily every day by somebody unless you are the type that really gravitates towards this. I do like the fact, though, that in this category, it does stand out. After over 300 reviews of single fragrances, what I always ask myself if I'm going to give a 4 or 5 is if you asked me about a certain fragrance that I reviewed and it was like, episode 75, so years ago, would I instantly be able to remember the smell? Maybe not every single note, but the actual scent itself. Because a lot of the 2s and 3s, you can't really recall the exact, scent. That will not happen with this one. And I wonder if Jovoy ever secretly hung out with Nasomato, and they wanted to create something similar. But this is another one that in 5 years, if when I go back to this review, I'll just kind of smile, thinking, yeah, I remember exactly how that one smelled: smoky, dank, dry, Encre Noire à l'extrême-esque, Duro by Nasomato-esque, and really enjoyed it. It's a fun one. In fact, I would absolutely consider getting this if I didn't already have Encre Noire à l'extrême. But because I do, for like what, $30 or $40 or whatever, I won't be getting this one. But I do like the price range, and I do like their marketing style, and I think that what they said about the fragrance holds true. So there's a lot of good here. This is another fragrance that I would not have requested but was thrown in, and I just really enjoyed it. I have a big day tomorrow at work, and so I'm going to really enjoy getting every last bit of juice here out of this one. So let me know your thoughts on some of the real in-your-face, screeching, brash fragrances that you like, whether they be vetiver or patchouli based, or just any of the beast mode fragrances that are just really in your face. So 4 out of 5, easy rating, and I will go faux sprays. And here we go. Boom. Boom, and boom. There you have it. Another review by the boards. 4 out of 5 sprays for this robust, unforgettable fragrance from Jovoy, from Paris. So you have a wonderful week. Let me know the questions I asked. What's your your scent of the day, your scent of the week, your favorite in-your-face brash fragrance. I know especially I know a few of you who are going to respond in that sense because you've got huge collections, and I'm looking forward to seeing which ones you select as far as the ones that are really, really, the type to clear out a room, and not in a bad way, but just to let everyone know, hey, I own the room, because when you wear this, you will own the room. Have a wonderful week. Take care. And always remember, my friends, fragrance marks the celebration of today. Take care, everybody. Now, I have just a little bit, but I'm going to save it for tomorrow because I'm actually recording at night, which is very rare, but I had a little window of time. So my scent of the day is one of my favorites, actually, Acqua di Gio Essenza. A lot of people said that this is the one that it's been discontinued, but it has the supposed rotten egg smell. I never understood that. This one is outstanding. Acqua di Gio Essenza is my scent of the day. Always let me know your scent of the day or scents of the week if you have nothing else to add as far as the fragrance that I'm reviewing this week.